YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a college survival tips video for you guys. I know with college coming up, me being a recent graduate, I just feel like this video is kind of necessary. So let's jump right in. Number one, I say to join a group chat or Facebook page. I know like with my school, when I was a freshman in school, we had a Facebook page, like our own Facebook page for our class. So class of 2017, my school had a Facebook page. It was upperclassmen who would get on there. They would sell books in case you needed that book for your upcoming class that you might have. It was a lot of people on there basically just saying, they're basically like, my name is such and such, who all stand in whatever dorm building, who all playing what sport, things like that. So the Facebook page is a kind of way for everybody to kind of, get to know each other before the actual school year started. So I feel like that was really good. I didn't really meet people on there, but I was definitely looking for books. So yeah, that was a good way. Second, have a planner. This is my planner actually. I got my planner from Walmart. I always get all my planners from Walmart. They basically look like this and I just write down all my assignments, all my homework, even personal things I write in my planner. Can't go wrong with having a planner. Third is a USB. Make sure you have a USB because you are going to need to save your papers and projects. You're going to need to transport them from like computer to computer, or it's just good to have a USB so that you can save everything, because you never know when you're going to need some. USB right here. This is basically what it looks like. So yeah, I had like 3 of these. I've always had them in school, in college, in high school, middle school, whatever. Fourth, don't procrastinate. So I say don't procrastinate, especially when it comes to homework assignments or projects, anything like that. That's what a planner is for. Make sure you allow yourself enough time to do your assignments and handle what all you need to do. Because I'm telling you, with school, work, personal, social life, like all of that, you cannot procrastinate, especially with papers. Like you might think like you can do a paper, but I'm the type of person where starting a paper was always the hardest for me. But like once I start, then it was just smooth sailing from there. But like starting a paper is what I always procrastinated on, and yeah, no. 5, join student organizations. So that was actually something that I did, which I did not stick to. My first week of school, it was just like a lot of booths set up outside, and you basically went to each booth, found out more about the organization, decided if you wanted to join or not. They would send you emails about meetings, all type of things like that. I went and I signed up for so many organizations, but once all those emails started coming in and I was like, well, I got this assignment, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I can't make it to this meeting, I can't make it to that meeting. I was like, I'm over these groups. Like, no. Joining all those organizations was not for me. Like, I ended up only sticking to like 2 of them, and that was barely. Like, I still wasn't going to every meeting, but those were like the 2 that I actually stuck to all the way until my senior year. Number 6 is use your student discounts. So yes, schools offer student discounts, especially if your school is in an area that's close to a lot of things, no matter if it's restaurants, Target, Walmart. You can use your student ID. Yes, you can use your student ID, which allows you to access the student discount. So I know next by my school, it was everything by my school, and I love that so much because everything let us use our student discount. Like even McDonald's, it was so many food restaurants by my school, and I loved using my school discount, okay? I loved it. I really did. 7, search for cheap books. So, like I said, the Facebook page that's dedicated just for your class, whatever school you go to, class of whatever. It's usually upperclassmen on there trying to sell their old books to, incoming freshmen, sophomores, whatever. So I use that to try to buy books, and then I also search on Chegg, which is, sorry, I searched on Chegg, which is a really cheap website for school books. As my school years went on, I mostly used Amazon. What else did I use? Just Chegg and Amazon, really. Yeah, I only used Chegg and I used Amazon and my school bookstore, but like my school bookstore was like my last resort because I knew their books would be the most expensive. But professors think they slick, like some professors will make their own book for the class, so you have no choice but to use that book and pay all that money for that book. But if it wasn't a class like that, I was getting my books from Amazon because I'm not gonna need these books when the class is over. Nobody, you don't know like who's gonna take that class, so who's gonna buy your books from you. Like, no, I'm not paying that much for no dang on book that I'm not even gonna use. And I hate when I paid a lot of money for a book and we barely even used the book. Like, literally, like, yo, that used to have me so tight because don't have me wasting my money. Don't. So yeah, find cheap books. Number 8, I would say have set goals. Already have your goals set. Know what you want to do with your college experience. Um, well, not necessarily know what you want to do, but know like your major. Have set goals. Know what you're doing. Be on your stuff, okay? 9, meet with your academic advisor regularly. So I know I did not meet with my academic advisor regularly, but I did email him. Like, he was really big on emailing back very fast, so I didn't have to actually set meetings and meet with him face to face. So I liked that about him. And then also one of my favorite professors, he was kind of like in charge of the criminal justice department, which is what I went to school for. He was kind of in charge of that department as well as my academic advisor. So, and I had him for a lot of classes, so he was a great help. I never really, it was always him and my academic advisor. If I had any questions about classes or anything like that, I could always just go to one of them, whether it was in person or email. But I say always, each semester, make sure you have that sit down face to face with your academic advisor. Like, whenever it's time for you to make your school schedule, you need to sit down with him, have him help you. I know my academic advisor was really great. Like, he kept a log of all the classes and credits that I've taken, so that I could be able to keep track of what classes I've already taken, so that I know which ones I still had to take, because we had core classes, like classes that we absolutely needed to take that was like specifically for criminal justice. And then we had specific core classes that was just like school requirements, like English, math, all that. So that helped me keep track of what classes I already took, what classes I needed to take, how many credits I'm at, because you need a certain amount of credits, to graduate, including your electives. So that really helped me keep track. And every semester, like, we would just fill in what classes I've taken, then we would look at the list to see what classes I still needed to take. So that was really, really helpful. That's how I kept track. And it got to a point where I was doing it by myself, so I didn't even need to meet with him because it was simple to me. Like, 10, accept change. I say accept change because you never know what exactly your college is going to be like until you get there. You don't know what type of people you're going to meet, none of that. So I say always accept change. Myself, I went to a predominantly white school, so I really had to adapt and, It was a bit of a struggle, but I was always willing and accepting to change. Like, I wanted to meet new people. I wasn't racist or none of that. So I just say be open, accept change, make the best of everything. 11, build relationships. So like I said, went to a predominantly white school. I was very accepting. I pretty much got along with everyone, like especially my professors. I built relationships with the people that I noticed were in most of my classes with me. So like if I had a class, if I had more than one class with you, then I would try to, speak to you, kind of build that little relationship in case I needed help, in case you needed help, anything like that. So I pretty much built relationships with people who I had a lot of my criminal justice classes in common with. And that kind of helped me, like if I was feeling in the hall, they're like, oh, hey, did you study for the test? Oh, what test? Things like that. So it was really good to build relationships. 12, take beneficial electives. Oh, taking beneficial electives is like so key because you don't want to, like I said before, you don't want to just take BS classes, just because you think they're easy, they're simple, yada yada yada. Take classes that are actually going to benefit you, classes that you are going to learn from. Um, I take I took literally almost every single criminal justice class that was offered at my school. Like I took all the core criminal justice classes, and as electives, I took all the other ones. It was probably only about 2 criminal justice classes that I did not take because they didn't fit my schedule. If they would have fit my schedule, I would have taken those classes. Like it got to a point where I ran out of criminal justice classes that I could take. Like my last semester is when I had to take like BS electives, which was just like gym and art. And I took a freaking art class thinking this was gonna be so simple, so sweet. That class, I hated it. Like I hated that art class. I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna take this art class. It's gonna be simple. Like, I had like 3 art classes. No, I had that art class. I had a web design class and a ceramics class, thinking that they just gonna be so simple. That art class was horrible. I had to write papers. Like she really challenged me to like paint and use all these different techniques. And no, 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 no. I will no. I don't recommend that class for nobody. My ceramics class, I actually liked it. My ceramics class, my graphic design class, no, I thought that was going to be well, it was an easy elective because my professor was just like, oh, as long as you come to the class, you're learning Photoshop. Like, that's all that really mattered to him. We didn't have assignments, but while I was sitting in that class, like, what are you talking about? Like, I wanted to skip that class so many times because we would just sit there literally not knowing what he was talking about. And he's just like, oh, as long as you come to class, that's fine. Like, so I guess it was a simple elective, but if I could have chose something different, I would have. Like, I rather would have did work than just sit there not knowing what the heck was going on. 13, make good decisions. College is big, but college is not that big as you guys might think. Just because the campus might look big and beautiful, it is not. College is actually so small. Like, just like high school, word gets around, okay? Word gets around. You do not want to be that girl. You don't want to have that bad reputation. You don't, no, sis. No. You don't want that for yourself. Like, imagine how high school is. College is the same. It really is. Like, it's very slight difference. Very slight. Like I said, I went to a predominantly white school, and you would think like white people not messy, white people don't gossip, white people not hoes. Girl, bye. Okay. Girl, bye. 14, school schedule. Be smart when you're making your school schedule, okay? For me, I could not do no 8 a.m. classes. Yes, in college, you make your own schedule. It's not like high school. You make your own schedule. So you need to know what times work for you, when you can do what, work around your work schedule, your sports schedule, whatever. Know what works for you. Be smart. I could not do 8 a.m. classes to save my life. I knew I couldn't. Waking up early is not for me. It is not. I was barely making it to my 10 o'clock classes, okay? So I just knew 8 o'clock classes was not going to work for me, okay? 15, do not skip class. Skipping class can become very addictive, okay? Skipping class can be so addictive. Like one day you just like, I just know I'm not feeling it. I'm just gonna skip this one class. Like I just can't do it today. You're gonna use that same excuse every time. It's just gonna become a pattern. Like I wish I wouldn't have started skipping classes because it got to a point where I'm like, I don't care. I just don't even care. Like it's not gonna affect me. I don't even care. Like at first I used to be like, no, like should I really skip this class? Should I not? The more and more I started to be like, yeah, girl, just skip. The more I was like, okay, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not going. Yeah, lay right back down. Don't get up. Like it's very addictive. Except those classes where I knew my attendance counted towards my grade. I went to those classes. I'm like, easy points, okay? I need to up my grade some type of way so at least I can up my grade with my attendance. So, yes. But in college, you got some classes where attendance is a part of your grade, and you got some classes where the professor, like, this is college, you're grown. I'm not taking attendance. I don't care if you're here or not. So, yeah. And just because they don't care about you being in class, you should care, okay? Because you're missing out on education. You're missing out on knowledge. Like, don't skip class, okay? 16, last and final. Do not sit in the back of the class. Sitting in the back of the class is just asking a professor to pick on you because you in the back all on your phone, because you in the back not paying no attention. Sitting in the back of class like you just want to fall asleep. Like I was always the girl that I didn't have time. Like I walk into class and I just sit down. Like I'm a middle row type of girl. Like I don't want to sit in the back because I don't want that. I don't want to be the person that sits in the back. I didn't want to sit in the front because I'm not a nerd or a geek or, nothing like that either. So I'm the middle row type of girl. I always wanted to sit in the middle of the row. I mostly sat in the middle because the door was right there. So you literally walk in, have a seat. I didn't have time to be looking around to see what chair or what table I wanted to sit at. Like, no, I sat closest to wherever. I didn't know. Middle row me, please, okay? And that is all my tips for today. I feel like I will do more and more college videos for you guys. I have so many tips, so many life lessons, all that. So I feel like I am going to do more videos. So I hope you guys stay tuned. Please subscribe, like, share. You can do it, sis. College is not that hard. You can do it, okay? If I can do it, you can do it. I did 4 years, no loans, all grant scholarships, predominantly white school, drove 30 minutes every day. If I can do it, you can do it, okay? From the dollar store.